What is up, YouTube? Ojama16. I am back, at least for the time being. You know how these things tend to go out. I haven't posted something since, what, December-ish? January? I mean, not January, excuse me. November-ish. I mean, with difficulties at school, then it getting to be finals, and then the Christmas season, I haven't really been getting too much done as far as recording, and I apologize for that. I've had a lot going on, I guess you could say, between... Again, Christmas, I had my first fight, I guess you could call it a professional fight, in 7 months. We'll get to that a bit later. Mainly just been doing a lot of nothing. Don't have too much to say today, so I'll do my best not to take up too much of your time. But I just want to mention on a few releases and thoughts and CDs, games, movies, what have you, that I've either watched or heard or picked up over the Christmas season. First off, I guess since this technically is my return video, I want to wish everybody, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and that the hangovers didn't kick your ass too terribly bad. I know they didn't. Well, they did, and they didn't for me. I'll put it that way, and then leave it at that. If you follow the discovery, then enough of that. Which, by the way, check out episode 13. Yes, that was just a shameless plug. Anyway, just start off. I'm starting back with school tomorrow, so excuse the bad sound quality on this for now. I'll be back within the professional mic with the 8-channel board, and be able to have music again in my videos once I get back into that. I just wanted to get something up now, considering right now I have nothing. But enough of my rambling. I've gone almost 2 minutes and haven't really told any of you anything. To start off, I guess, I haven't really had an album released, but have had one leaked. If you follow Lamb of God at all, you know that their album Resolution comes out January 24th. Very excited for that. I managed to hear the leaked copy, and wow. I don't know what Blabbermouth was thinking when they decided to trash Lamb of God, because the album just picks up right where at least in my in my personal opinion, if you want to disagree, where the comments go, that right where the Lamb of God that wrote As Palaces Burn and Ashes of the Wake just left off. I mean, when they jumped into Sacrament, they did something completely different, and they went back to a kind of a heavier style for Wrath. But they got back into just this brutal style of writing again with Resolution, which is something that I've missed and really enjoyed. That's a style of Lamb of God I can never get tired of hearing. Actually, my favorite album, I guess it's always a toss-up back and forth between As the Palaces Burn and Ashes of the Wake. But just starting off, just silence, and then just Randy hitting this, I guess you could call it a primal scream, and just amazing. If you've heard their first single, Ghost Walking, you'll agree that they're doing different things a little bit differently this album, but still remaining a lot of, well, I don't want to confuse too many people. Still remaining with a lot of what brought them to the dance, so to speak. But they're branching out enough. Like I know in one track, Insurrection, starts off with Randy actually singing vocals, which you don't really hear much from Randy as far as singing. I mean, it's not very long. It's maybe, 15-20 seconds. Not very long, but still, it's something different. There's more acoustic in Ghost Walking, which is, you don't hear too much acoustic guitar from Lamb. I know they have it with Grace and what have you. But there's also some harmonies. I believe it's in the song King Me, which by the way is probably the slowest song you're ever going to hear from Lamb of God, and I mean, it's almost kind of balladish, but Randy is still screaming through it the entire song. But enough on that. That same day, there's also Lacuna Coil's new album, Dark Adrenaline, which at first I wasn't very excited about it, in that I only like 2 albums from Lacuna. I'll come out and say that now. But the more I listen to them, the more I like them, and the more I hear the 2 tracks that have been released from it, Kill the Light and Trip the Darkness. I'm getting more and more excited for it. I will say that. I'm actually at the point where I don't know whether to buy Dark Adrenaline or Resolution, simply because I want both of them, but I'm only going to have the money for one right away. So, I mean, that's up to me. But anyway, other than that, it's just as far as music goes, there's a lot of really good tours. The 2 I just mentioned, Born of Osiris, have mentioned they're going to have another one out this year, and they're going to be touring for it this summer. I can't wait to to hear what they can come up with, just because, I mean, I've pretty sure, excuse me, I'm pretty sure I've bored enough people talking about Born of Osiris and the Discovery, but it's just one of those albums that you put in and never get tired of it. You know, at least I don't. And to hear that they're doing something else, hopefully in the same vein, but not quite the same, to where their fourth album is the same way. I guess you could call it a fourth album. Well, technically third in an EP, but still, you know, semantics. I used a big word. And they'll be doing that. All that remains is if they keep up their every 2-year schedule, they'll have a new one out sometime this year. I'm hoping to hear something finally from Tool. I mean, I know they're going to be on tour, but I don't know if they're going to actually have any dates out for a album. I mean, fingers crossed. I mean, the album is always scheduled to come out this year and then never does, so we'll wait and see. But enough about tours. Excuse me. Back on tours. I'm losing my train of thought. I've had a lot happen to me today. And other than that, I know Machine Head is having a tour headlining pretty soon, I believe, with All Shall Perish and Suicide Silence. I cannot wait to go to this, just because I love Suicide Silence. I cannot wait to hear this. If you buy your tickets through, I think it's Ticketmaster. I want to say Ticketmaster. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it down at the bottom. Where there's a $5 jump the line pass. You're telling me for $5 I could completely jump everybody in line and get front row and general admission to see one of the bands I absolutely love to listen to? It doesn't really get much more perfect than that. But enough on that. That's really all I know about tours right now. If I can somehow think up any more, I'll have that. You know, if anyone cares. As far as movies, as far as anyone knows, the last movie I've gone to see was The Muppets, which if you didn't see that movie, it's, as far as I can tell, out of theaters, and you missed out. You really did. Go back and watch the episode of The Discovery where we talk about it. I still 100% completely agree with everything we said in that episode. But I recently went to see The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I had heard about the books, thought, it's probably just some, you know, tween whatever and won't be very good. And so I can't really expect the movie to be good, but somebody else was paying for it, so I figured, why not? Well, turns out I was wrong. This was an amazing movie, and I went back and read the book, and they more or less stayed true to, you know, the book, which is something you don't see very often. And I've actually heard there is going to be, you know, spoiler alert, there's going to be they're redoing the second book, The Girl Who Played with Fire, so and completely rewriting it so Hollywood can make a movie out of it. Once again, they're messing with things they don't need to mess with. But again, this will pretty much do it for me right now. I don't want to run too terribly long, just so this can, you know, not take forever to upload. I'll have other videos up this week. I have recaps of UFC 140 and 141 with a very good friend of mine, Titan. I'm going to have, hopefully, the Discovery episode 14 up sometime this week. And to round out the week, I should hopefully be getting my fight video from last week. I've talked about that some in the last episode of the Discovery, but I didn't go into too much detail, mostly because I was hammered that episode. I'll be honest, the reason I kind of slurred and stuttered more than usual is because I was heavily under the influence. I never recommend that. But enough for me. This is Odoma16, signing off.